bloody grotty outside is. Right, I look terrible. I do apologise for the fact that I look terrible, but it is a very, not a particularly nice day outside. But time to work a little bit more on the Guitarolin Nando tar thing. So the last time we saw this, made the body. It's very solid. It's a bit rubbish at the back in that angle. As you can see, I've got a big divot here, and this shape does not line up with this shape. So today's job is to shape it, hopefully. So that's going to go in a vise. So to try and shape it the way that I want it, I have got, courtesy of my stepdad, I've got a very big handheld sander. That's definitely looking a bit more cohesive now, isn't it? Look at that. Well, certainly getting there. Not perfect by any means, but that's shaped up better there. Obviously it isn't here. I'm still not entirely sure what to do about that. It's definitely better. From the front, it's definitely going to look a bit more like a cohesive instrument. There is going to be an awful lot of sanding. So managed to get that shaped. Still not quite perfect. That's definitely a bit more form-fitting now. There's going to be an awful lot of sanding on this thing to get it going, but I need to wood fill this area first. So here I have some extremely cheap, cost pounds you can see, but rather large tub of it. Some interior and exterior wood filler. Put it in there. In that big bloody gap, which should not be there.
Not bad, eh?
It's alright. It's alright.
Not bad. Yeah, that's good, that machine, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I'm starting to see it now.
Yeah,
where I was hoping it was going to be, I'm starting to see it.
Well, so it surprised me.
Yeah, me too. Beautiful prop, please.
It's intriguing. Absolutely intriguing. I love it. You turn the corner and think, oh, look at that. Oh.
It really is. Every time you
Cool.
Oh, hello, look at that. Yeah.
Another useless bit of kit I've got. It all comes in eventually. Like,
Is it really? Are they really useless bits of kit? I mean,
well,
really?
no, I think sometimes the quality's a bit iffy, but for a one-off job, quite often it doesn't matter.
No. Especially for the price that you pay. There we go. Everything has been wood filled. It has been shaped so it fits better. It's going to look a bit odd, but I'm really not worried about that. Pretty happy with how it's turned out so far. Leave that to dry for, I think I'm going to leave that to dry for a few days. And then that'll be that. So this is the point in the video where I apologise for how long it's been since the last one that's come out. Because in between shaping, which you should have just seen if my editing is right, and now has been quite a few days. I had to go to an appointment at the dentist and have several roots removed, so I've been in a fair bit of pain since then. However, I'm ready to carry on. So decided to actually put that back on today because, you know, well, it's kind of a staple in my videos. So the plan is now to sand it. I've filled it in, it's all perfectly dry now and solid as a bloody rock. Let's get the sander out. As I said last time, this shed is a haven for any tool that you need. Finding it, however, mouse sander. Right, I have now found a hand sander, found some fresh 80 grit sandpaper. It's let's see how well it came out, shall we? It's ready. Alright, it's ready to be sprayed. It's not going to look perfectly uniform when I spray it because there are still some bumps and lumps. Looking forward to getting some paint on there and having it look like an entire cohesive instrument, even if it doesn't ever look or feel like one really. You will notice that during the last part while I was doing the sanding, I wasn't wearing a mask or eye protection or anything. Now, there are people out there who will say that when you're sanding wood or plastic or anything, there are dust particles that can get into the air and can really cause distress to your respiratory system. To those people, I say, you're completely right. You really should wear masks and everything, and please don't not wear a mask because you saw me not wear a mask in this video, because that would make you an idiot. Like me. With most of this, I should probably say, don't try this at home. I am a professional moron. I've been practicing it for 38 years. And I like to think that I'm pretty good at being a moron now. I don't encourage other people to try. So the next job I have to do is I have to put in all the electronics that are going to go into this section here, and I need to drill holes for the mandolin pots and everything else. So I need to make sure that essentially all the electronics for both instruments can fit into here. I think I'm going to struggle with it, but we're going to give it a go. And then once that's done, it's going to be a base coat. So I think for my colour combo, I'm going to go for a purple and black sunburst. Actually, I've completely forgotten about the pick guard. So I have a pick guard. So this was the pick guard for the mandolin. I want to put it back, but I'm going to have to cut out a tiny bit here where the neck is. I'm going to have to cut a tiny bit there. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do it, but I want it to fit back there. I think the overlapping will help with the cohesiveness of the instrument. It's going to be very unique. Anyway, the rest of it's going to be purple with the black sunburst. I'll probably keep this black. It's going to look nuts, there's no doubt about it. Onward. Time to paint. So, I've got it hung up right there, ready to be sprayed. So we've got a base coat, purple, black for the sunburst, and then a decent high coat to finish it all off. A bit of a windy day, but it's all set up, ready to go. Covered everything. I've drilled some holes through some pots, did a bloody awful job on that. As you can see, some of the wood's chipped away. But hopefully mostly that'll be covered by pots and no one's really going to notice. As usual, I've done a half job with everything. Why change the habit of a lifetime? We're going to start off with some plastic primer, cover the whole thing, several coats. And we're going to be moving on to some proper purple. I'm going to cover the entire thing in purple because I want to give it some purple and black sunburst. So that's purple in the middle, black around the edge. Hopefully it will stay still. As you can see, it's spinning quite a lot, so it is a bit windy. And then once that's all done, we're going to fill it with several coats of clear lacquer. 5 cans of spray paint, one afternoon. Let's make a start. As usual, please do understand that I am an absolute bloody moron. I don't have a face mask and I'm doing this in the wind. I'm really excited to get this done because it's finally going to start looking like a cohesive instrument rather than something that an idiot has built. Give that a couple of minutes. This is the base coat. It's not perfect. You can still see some parts which are a bit rough, a bit dodgy. Kind of expected that. Should have sanded that better. Didn't. Never mind. I'm not doing this to make it pretty. I'm doing it to make it work. However, it's starting to look more like an instrument body now rather than cobbled together. I think one more decent spray of base and then we'll be moving on to the purple. Spin! Whee! That now seems acceptable enough. Very grey. It's not perfect, of course it's not. You can still kind of see the wood in the middle there, but time to start throwing on the colour coat. For my colour coat, I'm using this Paint Factory Color It Quick Drying. all purpose. Cheap stuff. It was the perfect colour that I wanted. I wanted this purple. Amazingly beautiful girlfriend decided to pay for all the paint going on here. So thank you, baby. Love you. Oh, that's a colour, that is. Stop moving! Stop moving! That's all now completely sprayed up. It's a lot lighter than I expected it to be. It looks very blue on camera, but trust me, it is a light purple. I was hoping for a tiny bit darker, but it doesn't matter. It will do. I want to do a sunburst on it, which is essentially black round the edge, which will hopefully darken the entire thing a little bit and make it visually better. Now the way that we do this is we get a cardboard cutout like this, which I'll flip it the right way, will fit just over the top. But I don't want to do it like this. To be able to get that proper sunburst finish, you need to raise it up a little bit, and then you will spray around the edge, and hopefully that should give me a nice black sunburst finish. And here is the finished body. You can't really see it because of the light, but it is a black sunburst. As you can see, there are some bits which didn't turn out particularly great. If I get in the way of the light, you can see it is black around the edge. It looks much better off camera. I suspect I need to get it under some better light. Pretty chuffed. As you can see, it's getting a bit dark. The light isn't perfect in any way. Pretty happy with that. That turned out quite nicely. We're going to leave the video there at this point. The next job to be done is to cut the mandolin pickguard, which is this, and that's going to go just there. Get some electronics in it, get it running, get it sounding hopefully pretty good. I've got no idea what it's going to sound like because, see, messing with woods, the tone's going to have changed quite a lot, so hopefully it doesn't sound terrible. Hopefully it still plays. I have quite a bit of professional experience with soldering, so I shouldn't have too much of a problem getting the electronics in, but we're going to see all that in the next video. So, hope you enjoyed. Keep an eye out on the channel for the next video to see how this monstrosity works out. Rock on.